Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we need to talk about Blake Griffin again. Now, I have not made a video on Blake Griffin in the longest amounts of time. It's been months since I talked about Blake Griffin. The last time I referred to him was near the beginning of the playoffs, where Blake Griffin had a game where he scored like 16 points in the game, where he dunked a whole bunch of times. He was diving for loose balls. That was the last time, about 4 months ago. That was the last time that I talked about Blake Griffin. I wanted to leave him alone because we're in a new era that's very positive right now. We're making a lot of good moves with Troy Weaver. I know a lot of people have issues with the Sekou deal, but in my personal opinion, overall, when you looked at the totality of the offseason, I feel like so far we are in a very positive point in our franchise right now. So I tried to leave the Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. I just wanted to leave that whole era alone to keep the positivity going. So I haven't talked about Blake Griffin, but Blake went on a podcast and decided to speak on the Detroit Pistons, and he has some things to say that I disagree with. So I'm going to put the image on the screen right now. I'm going to read you guys this quote. So the quote reads, "That must have been the 2018-2019 season when I was an all-star, all-NBA. I dunked a few times, played in the playoffs, injured, but yeah, I'd hate me too, Detroit." So that is kind of funny, but I feel like Blake is really missing the reason why Pistons fans have an issue with him. The reason why Pistons fans are angry with Blake Griffin. We are not angry because of the 2018-2019 season. If you go and ask any Pistons fan, they will say they respect what you did in the 2018-2019 season. I respect what you did in that season specifically, when you went injured and played against the Milwaukee Bucks, knowing that we most likely would lose that game, lose the series, but you still decided to go out and play and give your full energy, full effort. I respect you for that season. I respect you for going out there in the playoffs and trying, even on an injured leg. I respect you when it comes to that year specifically. And most Pistons fans respect that year as well. But there are two issues that we have with you that I feel like you're ignoring. First off, most Pistons fans didn't want you here to begin with. The trade with Tobias Harris for Blake Griffin, in hindsight, we don't like it. At the time, most Pistons fans didn't like it. We were looking at Tobias Harris. Wasn't he like, 24, 25 years old at that time? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he was around 24, 25 at the time. Still very, very young, improving. The team a few years ago went up against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We had a playoff appearance, and we were just truly building and adding. We had Tobias Harris. We had KCP. We had Andre Drummond. You know, at that time, we were really building something, but the Stan Van Gundy made the dumb, stupid decision to trade Tobias Harris. We already know what happened with Marcus Morris and others, and KCP ended up leaving the team. You know, a lot of bad things ended up happening, but when it comes to you, Blake, we traded you for Tobias Harris. We did not like that as Pistons fans, so coming in, you were already fighting a losing battle because we did not want you here, especially on the contract that you had. And trading for you when we had someone like Tobias Harris on the team, us Pistons fans, we just didn't like that. So coming in, you were already fighting a losing battle. And my second point, and the reasons why Pistons fans have such an issue with you, Blake, is because of this season. Not what you did in 2018, 2019, not the all-star, all-NBA. You know, he said he dunked, he played in the playoffs. We're not talking about that year. We're talking about what you did this year. And this year, what you did on the Pistons was absolutely disgusting, in my personal opinion, because seeing what you did on the Pistons and then seeing what you did on the Brooklyn Nets just put a bad taste in my mouth, man. Like, you died for so many, and I mean so many loose balls once you went to the Nets. I saw you putting in effort on defense, which you did not do at all here in Detroit. In Detroit, you did not attempt to play defense at all. You just lollygagged and went through the motions on defense. And on offense, you played Blake ball. You got the ball in the post. You bat your defender down and either hit or miss shots. Now, I know people will try to make the argument that, yeah, it was because of your injury. But at the same time, when you went to the Brooklyn Nets, did you still not have those injury concerns there as well? You did have those injury concerns, but you still went out there and put in energy and effort. And the reason why you did that is because you knew the Brooklyn Nets were most likely going to make it to the championship, make a strong playoff run. You couldn't envision, the injury to James Harden and Kyrie Irving. You couldn't see that in the future. So you thought going to the Brooklyn Nets that you would have a championship opportunity. So you put in your full energy, full effort. But when you were on the Pistons, you didn't want to put in full energy and full effort. You didn't want to die for loose balls because you knew that the Pistons weren't making it to the championship, and at best we would make it to the playoffs, be an 8th seed, and lose again to a team like the Bucks or whoever was at number 1. That's why we don't have much respect for you anymore, Blake Griffin, because you were on our team. You knew we wouldn't make the playoffs, but you decided not to put in the energy, the work, the hard effort. Because Blake, even though you knew your team wasn't going to win many games, you knew we wouldn't be a high playoff seed, you should still put in that energy and that effort. You're on a contract. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play professional basketball at the highest level, okay, Blake? That's why Pistons fans have an issue with you, because you decided to take the easy way out, to not try hard on the Pistons. And then once you went to the Nets and then started going crazy and diving for loose balls and dunking and all of that, that just put a sour taste in our mouth. So to sum this video up, man, Blake Griffin, Pistons fans, we respect Blake Griffin because of what he did in the 2018 and 2019 season, but he lost a lot of respect here in Detroit. We don't hate him, as he said here in the interview he did on our podcast. We don't hate Blake Griffin. We just have a distaste in our mouth because of what you did this year on the Pistons and then what you decided to do on the Nets. That's the full story here, man. So Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video, go in the description box below. Make sure you go subscribe to my backup channel, Joe Polo 10 Backup. You can type it in on YouTube. Get me to 100 subscribers over there. I'm almost there. I'm really, really close. I'm about to be posting some content there really soon. So like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 3K, and I'm out.